Good morning. It's Saturday, March 22nd. I'm Michelle Ross in the Fox 5 newsroom. Thank you for joining us live on the Fox Local app. Breaking news overnight, boxing legend George Foreman has died. Foreman was two-time heavyweight champion of the world, including being the oldest heavyweight champ in history at the age of 45. He was also an extremely successful businessman, serving as spokesman for the George Foreman Grill. George Foreman was 76 years old. Columbia University officially coming to an agreement with the Trump administration Friday. This comes after the federal government pulled $400 million in federal funding from the Ivy League school. Some of those agreements include adopting a new definition of anti-Semitism and enforcing a mask ban. Checking the forecast today, a mix of sun and clouds. Tonight, an early shower. Tomorrow, sunny and windy. You can see it right here. The fountain, the signature of the shopping mall. And here in the tri-state area, you can't go far without seeing one, whether it's flourishing or a ghost town. So we wanted to find out what's the future of the mall. And more importantly, what form will it take? Fox 5's Natasha Verma finds out.
The Great American Mall, that pop culture hallmark.
Where's Ty?
Oh, she met some random guys at the Foot Locker and escorted them right over there.
Ranging from Pleasure Palace with rides that put an amusement park to shame, to open air where you can pull right up to your favorite store, or fully enclosed, climate-controlled mecca. We're never far from one.
Malls in the tri-state area really have a convenience factor because, you know, it's harder to drive around, it's harder to park, etc.
Alexandra Lang should know. She literally wrote the book on the history of the American Mall, Meet Me by the Fountain. But it's been a while since the mall had a moment. In fact, numbers crunched by Capital One show an average of 1,100 of them closed every year between 2017 and 2022. Back in 1986, there were 25,000 in the U.S. As of 2022, it's estimated there are 1,150 malls left. Many writing the vast retail arcades off, calling them a casualty of the pandemic or relic of a bygone era.
I don't usually come to the mall, but, you know, it's a nice occasion. It's my wife's birthday, so we're just coming to, you know, look around.
And while some are withering on the vine, it's not all bleak.
People just kept saying to me, well, don't you think malls are over, completely over? But when I was talking to mall experts, they all said, no, there are some negative trends in malls, but the pandemic is just accelerating trends that were already there. But there's still a core of malls that are successful.
According to the 2023 State of the American Mall report, foot traffic is up 10% from 2019 at so-called low-tiered malls, shopping centers with an empty anchor store, while it's up 12% at top-tier ones, like the mall at Short Hills.
We are fully occupied right now, and we're already leasing into 26 and 27. Right now, we have about 15 tenants that will be opening up this year, which that's pretty typical here at the mall at Short Hills.
Brianna Gross is the general manager of the Lux Shopping Center in North Jersey. That's been attracting window shoppers and those with cash to burn since opening in 1960.
People come here and they bring their families, and generation after generation, you know, standing behind me is our ball fountain. You know, multiple generations have even thrown coins in that fountain.
So what does the future of the mall look like? Alexandra Lang thinks we're going to see three distinct types emerge.
One of them is going to be really a true town center with retail probably oriented more towards food and daily shopping and housing built around it. I think we'll still have some of the great classic malls. And then I think there'll be a third type that's really more entertainment oriented.
Which means chances are your local mall in some form could be alive with the sound of swiping and tapping and maybe even cash registers opening for years to come.
That was our Natasha Verma reporting. And just in case you think it's grandma and grandpa hitting the mall, it's not. According to Ipsos, 58% of shoppers are between 18 and 34. That's compared to 48% of those 35 to 54 and 38% of people 55 and over. Now to a change in behavior at restaurants. Could diners be done with the doggy bag? As Fox 5's Richard Giacovis shows us, people are leaving more on their plate and going home empty-handed.
Wednesday was ladies' night for this group of friends at Aurora Restaurant in Rye, but once the check arrived, well, don't look for any to-go bag at this table.
I do not take leftovers home, ever, because I won't eat them the next day, because it's not as good.
The leftovers don't give the same flavor.
Maybe it's because you won't eat the rest of the steak, or there's a bit of shame still associated with taking the rest of your $40 dinner for tomorrow's lunch. But this sudden new trend appears to be growing. General Manager Pedro Celestino says he sees more food going to waste now than he ever has before.
Some other folks, they just don't want to take anything home. They just go to waste.
According to 2023 data from ReFed, a nonprofit that helps reduce food waste, the average American leaves behind 53 pounds of food on their plate at restaurants every year. In dollars, that's about $329.
It's a huge waste, especially at a time when there's, such high food prices, and we're all really so sensitive to that.
Experts say not taking a doggy bag home may be something called a Gen Z effect, where those of a certain age may say they don't want leftovers. Maybe want to order Uber Eats on their phone the next day. And Pedro says he's seen that in his restaurant too.
Older guests, they go home, so they take the food home. Younger folks, they go party, they go to friends' house, they go to other places, not home, and then they tend not to take the food home.
If the food is so good, I'm most likely going to finish my meal, and then there's no leftovers anyway, so it's not an option.
So the next time you're out to eat and you can't finish your big plate of pasta, think about passing it forward. Take the rest to go and maybe give it to someone who may want or even need that meal. In Rye, Richard Giacovis, Fox 5 News.
Thousands of bottles of the liquid allergy drug Benadryl are being voluntarily recalled. They lack the child-resistant packaging that can prevent poisoning. More than 2,300 of these bottles were sold on Amazon between July of 2023 and October of last year. So far, no reports of anyone getting sick by taking Benadryl. Now, this is not your average classroom or assignment. A New Jersey high school is using experiential learning to teach students what it's like to run a business by letting them operate their own food truck. Fox 5's Teresa Priolo shows us how these young entrepreneurs are getting a taste of a career in the culinary field.
These are the faces of tomorrow's future chefs and sous chefs. High schoolers taking control of their futures one empanada or Cuban sandwich at a time.
These kids have been prepping this menu for the past 4 days, nonstop, right? Like they were here until 8 o'clock last night, prepping all this food.
Gus Gutierrez owns Cubita, a restaurant in Nutley. He's partnered with Union City High School to help mentor young kids who want to learn about the restaurant business.
We gave them the recipe for the pork. They cooked the pork, they shredded it, they built the Cuban sandwiches. So really, what I always say, I don't do the work, I just guide them to success.
One beef empanada.
These 9 kids are a part of the school's culinary class. In it, they're learning about everything from food prep to finances. At the end of the course, they not only gain a food service certification, but a job. Patrick Oriani runs the program.
As part of this, the intern program, they get 5 stackable certifications. They also now are employers of Compass, which is the largest food provider in the nation. So when they graduate, they are guaranteed a job with Compass anywhere in the country.
And that is exactly how senior George Medrano hopes to use this program.
My plan is to take up that opportunity and get a full-time job while being enlisted in the Army National Guard. And I also want to go to college and then do finance.
Lofty and exciting goals, but before George gets paid the big bucks to run a restaurant empire, right now he's paid in smiles, and that's okay with him.
Me personally, me seeing a smile on someone's face that I know I made that's really amazing.
The hope is in the future, Union City High School will be able to partner with other restaurants in the area and recreate what they've been able to do with Cubita. But for now, every Thursday from 1 to 5, you can catch their own food truck parked right outside. And every couple of weeks, they change up the cuisine. In Union City, New Jersey, Teresa Priolo, Fox 5 News.
Great experience for those kids. Now, a final check of the forecast today, a mix of sun and clouds tonight, an early shower, and tomorrow sunny and windy. And that does it for us this morning. I'm Michelle Ross. Have a great day. And remember, Fox 5 News is always streaming here on the Fox Local app.